Welcome back to Watch Along Pod. Today we're heading to a quiet little town and then deep into an enchanted castle for Disney's 1991 masterpiece, Beauty and the Beast.
This is the story of Belle, a book-loving outsider who finds herself imprisoned in a magical castle by a fearsome beast, only to discover that there's more to him than meets the eye. With music by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, unforgettable characters, and some of Disney's most iconic animation, Beauty and the Beast was a massive hit and the first animated film ever nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars.
With its sweeping romance, gothic flair, and Broadway caliber songs, Beauty and the Beast took Disney storytelling to a new level. It's a film that set the gold standard for the modern Disney fairy tale.
So, is this film truly a beauty? Or is it really a beast? Let's talk about it.
Is everybody ready?
Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day like the one before. Little town full of little people waking up to say
Bonjour!
bonjour, 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 bonjour.
We watched this film together at the cinema, and
Did.
she did that all the way through.
No, I didn't.
You did it silently. I could see your lips moving.
I was miming the whole thing, yeah. All of the words.
Yeah. If it had been a sing-along, you would have been the loudest voice.
So, I do have a story.
Already, here we go.
So when I went to Disney World, in the French pavilion in Epcot, they do have a sing-along Beauty and the Beast. Me, my dad and his husband, we all went in, sat down. There was full of kids, full of adults, everybody. This is a sing-along. So obviously, it starts, me and dad are belting it out, nobody else is singing. I was like, nobody's stopping me. I'm loving this. But it was quite nice because afterwards, the lady in front of us went, "Oh, you two have got really lovely voices."
Oh,
I was like, we were very pitchy, but we don't care.
stroked your ego. Yeah. Vacation made.
It was great. I wanted to go in again.
You should have. Why
Yeah.
didn't you?
Because I was annoyed that they didn't do the whole of the opening. They didn't do the whole of Belle. They only did like about 2 seconds of it. I was like, that's the one I wanted to sing. It's the best one.
Yeah. There are a few Beauty and the Beast experiences at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
I haven't done any of them.
Oh, I went to the restaurant,
Oh, we went to
the
like.
guest.
Oh, we didn't go to that restaurant. We went to like the quick service
Oh
thing
no,
with the fountain outside.
no, I went to the actual Be Our Guest restaurant where you meet Beast and Belle comes round and you try the grey stuff.
It's delicious.
It is. It was all right. But no, it's a beautiful restaurant. It really is. And like the way that they do all the plates and the settings and the service, it really is an experience.
If they don't all dance their way to the table, all of the crockery.
They don't,
Ah,
but
not interested.
I'll
Do better.
I'll tell you what is good though. On the Disney cruise, when you go to some of the restaurants, one of them has like screens everywhere. That's part of the theming. And on one night they will do an opening of Be Our Guest, and it's all different food things from all Disney movies. So all the screens have like different shots of different foods from Disney movies. And I'm like, you're like going, oh, this is also nice. Like the beignets from Princess and the Frog and all different stuff. And you're just like, wow, that is great.
If they don't say sail as old as time anywhere, that's a wasted opportunity.
They don't. Well, maybe they do. I've never seen it.
So anyway,
Back to the film.
back to the film.
That was the first detour.
First of many, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What a film.
I have too many words. I have too much to say.
Not enough time. Am I going to get to speak today?
You are. I'm going to let you have the floor because I feel like our viewers know my feelings on this.
I agree. They probably do know your feelings already, but it's so important that the passionate person
Yeah.
waxes lyrical, I think.
I just, I think it's a masterpiece. I think it is a cinematic masterpiece. Regardless of it being Disney, it just is a cinematic masterpiece. The animation alone, take everything else out, the animation alone in this is next level. The details, like in the first scene where Gaston is climbing over the roof to get to Belle, and his t-shirt's coming up as he's like moving his arm up, his t-shirt's coming up, and he's like tiny in the side of the screen because that's not the sort of bit you're meant to be looking at, but they still had all of that attention to detail, and it's just phenomenal. The ballroom scene, when Belle's dancing, her dress is moving how a ball gown would move if you're doing spinning round. It carries on going round after she stops spinning. It's those things.
Not only that detail, but the feat of animation to have the perspective changing from high to low, constantly revolving around the room, whilst the characters are turning as they dance. That is a lot of work, and I have no idea how somebody animated that.
It was like it was filmed, not animated, and I think that's just what took it to that next level, was that people were blown away by it. And yeah, it's hard to sort of think that now sometimes, because you look at the animation we have now and it's almost realistic, at times. But back then, holy moly, was it amazing. Like, did you see Belle's nails?
I didn't pay attention
They
to
were
them.
on point. Like,
on fleek.
No, but like, if you look back, a lot of princesses, there would have been no detail in their hands. They probably wouldn't have even had like a fingernail. It would have just been a hand. Do you know what I mean? Whereas she had like, well, it almost looked like she had fake nails on. I was like, I need to know what that girl's doing to keep her nails that good. But they were like, there was such detail in them, and I was like, mate, that is. I mean, I did want her nails; they were pretty. But and
her dresses.
Well, everything, but also her hair, because she has that one piece of hair that always falls down, and she's always doing this and tucking it back into her hair. That is a classic. Like, when I think about Belle, I think about that little bit that comes down and she tucks it into her hair, and her hair moves with when she's in the wind or when she's moving, and that little piece gets tucked back in, and it's those details that I find really, really, that's the step up from Little Mermaid. They had great stuff in Little Mermaid, but I think the attention to detail really took next level in this.
I mean, talking about her hair, we had an entire scene where her hair was down. I don't remember that, but yeah, it was the wolves, and the movement of her hair was as you would expect.
Yeah,
it was so realistic. So, I am not the biggest princess guy. Sorry,
he's a queen.
I have seen this film.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it in my life. This is probably like the 5th time I've ever watched this film.
Okay.
Last time I saw it would have been about 8 years ago, when my kid was the Enchantress. They did Beauty and the Beast as their primary school leavers show. So naturally, we watched it then, and I thought it was all right. I don't know what's changed in me, because watching it this time, I was blown away, and I don't know whether it's because, maybe I've softened. It might be because we watched it on the big screen. They, for some reason, were showing this at select cinemas last weekend. So
we were like, ka-ching!
The timing was perfect with the watch along pod schedule. So we went to see it, but it was something else. I mean, you've already mentioned everything that I loved about it, except for the music.
Because that's going to take me 10 hours to talk about.
Yeah. But If there are two things that I like in a movie, it's good storytelling and good music. And they managed to put both of those things together.
Can I just talk about the opening? Not Belle, not when we get to the village, but the actual opening of the movie. As soon as that iconic music starts playing, I get chills. I'm like, oh. And like I did Beauty and the Beast last year as a stage show. And anytime they started playing that, like The Pianist, I'd be like, oh, I love it, because it's so iconic, that piece of music, and that whole opening, like when they're swooping through the forest to get to the castle, and it's just, oh, it's stunning. And I love how the opening is not. It's done in stained glass windows.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think it's so unique to Beauty and the Beast, that opening, and just love all of it. But that bit of music obviously runs throughout the whole film and is so synonymous with Beauty and the Beast. Like, if I heard that anywhere, I'd be like, Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, I think the opening sequence is outstanding, and then you hit what everybody calls a little town, but it's Belle, and man, it's a whole nother level. And when I went to the Alan Menken, he spoke about when they started writing that. He went, yeah, but who's going to want to watch an 11-minute opening musical theatre number in a kids' animated movie? I knew every single word of it as a child. Like, I still know every single word of it. It's one of the greatest opening songs of a Disney film, because it tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it tells you who every single main character is. It tells you what, except for Beast.
Yeah, and all of the...
And he's... Okay, yeah. So it tells you who Belle is. There's a term that has been coined, and it started from The Little Mermaid, was the first film to do it, and they tried to get one into every single film after that, and it was the I Want song.
That's not just about Disney, that's a musical theatre term.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'm uneducated in that area.
So musical theatre has an I Want song, so it's the main character singing about what they want, and that usually sets up what's going to happen in the show.
Right, okay, well, there you go. I learned something. But yeah, that is...
I wanted an adventure in the great wide somewhere. Yeah, it's perfection. And I love that they introduce all these villagers and we never see them. Like, again, like they're nothing to do with the film. And, you know, little town, it's a quiet village. And she's quite mean about the villagers. But they're very mean about her, to be fair.
Everyone thinks she's like an oddball because she likes to read.
No. Well, they live in a little French village where they just bake bread and have a wig shop, like a hat and a wig shop, and you know, it is an odd village. It's brilliant, and we get introduced to some of my favourite characters: the bimbettes, the silly girls, the villagers, whoever you want to call the three girls, but they are more lovingly known in the Disney community as the bimbettes. That is not officially what Disney call them. No,
I'm sure it's not.
But, mate, when I was a kid, did I want to be one of them? Their outfits, their hair, everything. I like them more than Belle.
The milkmaid dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them more than Belle.
Well, I mean, I'm going to sound like such a man, red-blooded man, but I prefer them to Belle. And I'm really surprised that Gaston considers Belle to be the most attractive woman in the village, because, hello, they're right there and there's 3 of them. 6 of them, if you know what I mean.
I think it's because she's unattainable.
Right, okay.
I think that's she's different. She's unattainable,
It adds to the
and
allure.
he could have the bimbets anytime he wanted. He was having them. Let's be honest. He, boring.
Too easy.
Too easy.
He
too
likes
easy.
a challenge.
But we also get introduced to LeFou in this song, who great character.
Excellent. I love him.
Such a silly sidekick.
Yeah.
LeFou.
His name sounds like the French for the idiot or the fool. Love that. LeFou.
And he does have one of the best songs in the film. Well, I've sung this about every single song because they're all great.
This is the best song.
This is the best
Every
song.
song is the best song. But
yeah, I do. I just love how dismissive and idiotic Gaston is. Like, he has no idea that he's an idiot. And I love that.
yeah, he seems like the kind of person who should run a country.
No, I like him as a villain in terms of he isn't really a villain until the end. He's just a bit of an idiot guy. Like, he's just not a nice person, and then he becomes a villain because he is so desperate to get what he wants out of everything.
Yeah, he's just very selfish.
Oh, he's extremely selfish.
Everything he does is for his own benefit.
Yeah,
even
and gratification.
Yeah, even killing the beast. He doesn't know that Belle's in love with Beast. He just wants.
No, I think he's figured it out when he watches her looking at the mirror.
Do you think? Okay.
Because he says, "I'd say you have feelings for this creature."
Oh yeah, true. See, I thought he just wanted approval from the town. Yeah, he wanted to be the hero of that village.
No, I think he realised Belle had feelings for him, but also it was the thrill of the hunt. We know that he likes to hunt and kill because that makes him feel like a big man.
Right. Gaston.
No.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs.
That's a lot of eggs.
It is. That is 46 eggs, 48 eggs.
48.
Yep. And
now I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs.
5 dozen eggs.
So
he's roughly the size of a barge. That's what, 60 eggs?
That's 60 eggs, and that is why we hear in Little Town, I need 6 eggs.
That's too expensive.
He has used all the eggs. So there is now an egg economy. So they're selling for like triple the price of what they normally would be.
He's getting his protein though.
He is. I mean, can you imagine how smelly his farts are?
Oh gosh. I'm surprised there's not a line about how impressive his farts are in that song. I know LeFou just wants to.
I like when he goes to marry Belle and he goes in and he's talking to her and he's like, "We'll have 6 or 7." And she's like, "Dogs? No, strapping lads like me." And it's just, I love that.
Yeah, and then he pins her in the corner and it's like, whoa.
And she's like, she knows what she's doing. She's switched on, is old Belle. And I love that you see one of her father's inventions that obviously he's made. It's like she pulls it down, doesn't she? She looks through it to see who's at the door.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she had the early Ring doorbell. Maurice made the earliest Ring doorbell.
Wow.
He was on it.
Is that foreshadowing?
It's foreshadowing. Oh, but no, I do love that scene. It is a good one.
Yeah.
That when he puts his feet up and there's a hole in his sock. His big toes like sticking out.
Yeah, and that it might be a silly little detail, but it tells us a lot about him as a character as well.
Absolutely.
And he needs a little wife to darn his socks for him.
Yeah.
So now that we have been doing Watch Along Pod for a while, and we have seen every single film up until this point, we know who Brom Bones is from the Adventures of Ichabod.
Yeah.
And the similarities are they're there. You can see how that was a big influence.
I just think Bron Bones is a slightly nicer person.
Yeah, I mean, it was months ago now, so I don't remember him too much.
Well, he actually does get to marry
Oh, he does, yeah, but
Busty, whatever her name
yes,
is.
but then isn't there the whole theory that he might have killed
Killed.
Ichabod so he could do that? So yeah, I'm not sure he's nicer, but
Yeah, but I feel like Bron Bones was more of a fool, and I think Gaston, he's not actually a fool as much as he's very self-centered and selfish. He realizes when she sees the beast and he realizes that Belle's in love with the beast, he goes, I need to get these villagers on side. I'm gonna turn him into the villain and not me. And he projects his villainousness onto the beast and corrals the villagers in a great song. He'll come stalking you at night. You know. So it's time to take some action, boys. It's time to follow me through the mist, through the wood. I mean, come on, that is a great song.
oh yeah, excellent. He rabbles the crowd up.
Yeah.
That
It's a
song.
bitter, but it's one exciting ride.
What's that song called?
Say a prayer, and we're there at the drawbridge of a castle when there's something truly terrible inside. The mob song.
The mob song. There is a hidden Mickey in the mob song.
There is.
And
we
we saw it on the big screen.
On the big screen. The first time I've ever seen a hidden Mickey, I was like, yeah!
That was a moment. We both looked at each other. Excitement.
Yeah, it was quite obvious actually on the big screen. I think if you'd been watching it on the TV, maybe not.
Yeah, I think because we knew it was there beforehand, it helped.
Yeah. So, we've spoken about Gaston. Let's talk about some other characters in this, because this is going to be a 5-hour episode at the moment. Let's talk about Belle, because obviously she is our princess in this, but she's actually never a princess because they don't get married. So...
Oh, interesting. Do they get married in any of the sequels?
No, because the sequels are set while he's a beast.
Oh.
So they're in the middles.
But what, you're telling me at the end it doesn't say that they went and got married?
Well, they're just dancing around the ballroom, aren't they?
But then don't we get a stained glass
of them, and she's in her yellow dress.
So it's not them getting married, it's just the characters, isn't it? There you go. You've got Potts and Chip and Cogsworth, Lumiere, the Feather Duster, I'm guessing. I don't know her name.
So, yeah. We assume they get married, but we never see it or they never talk about it. Oh. So, technically, we don't know that she's a princess. Just, you know, a wag. Girlfriend.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but anyway. I like Belle as a character. There are some flaws in it, but I like that she doesn't care what any of the villagers think of her. She loves to read. She is the girl that loves to read a fantasy novel. Probably a little bit that's romance fantasy.
Oh,
you know, she's one of those. Spicy. I reckon so. Because she is reading a romance novel, because she says here's where she meets Prince Charming.
But she doesn't find out it's him until chapter 3.
Now, what book do you think she's reading?
Oh, I don't know.
She says it's my favourite. Far Off Places, Daring Sword Fights, Magic Spells, A Prince in Disguise.
She says it's her favourite, but she's only read it twice. But
Far Off Places.
Far Off Places.
Daring Sword Fights, Magic Spells, A Prince in Disguise. If you like it all that much, it's yours. But sir, I insist. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Because there's lots of speculation about what she's reading.
Yeah, so what's your theory?
Well, one theory is that it's Cinderella, the original, because the prince is out hunting and he pretends that he's just a normal person. But then I'm like...
Disguise is a strong word there, isn't it?
Disguise, and also sword fights. I don't think there's like a big sword fight in any versions of Cinderella.
No.
There's also, could it be Sleeping Beauty? Far Off Places? Not really. Again, daring sword fights. Well, he does use the sword to kill the dragon. Magic spells, but no prince in disguise.
I think I've got it.
What?
A Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones series. It's got to be. It's got all of that.
It has got all of that, and that would have been written at that time.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Romeo and Juliet.
Okay. It's got sword fights. There's no prince.
Well, Romeo is sort of classed as a prince. And he's in disguise when he goes to the ball, the Capulets ball.
Okay.
Montague's Capulets.
But they're noble families, but they're not royalty.
No, but I think that you could say a prince in disguise. And later on, in a cut scene, she's reading Romeo and Juliet to the beast.
Ah, yes.
So that's my theory. I don't know where the Far Off Places comes from. Well, yeah, because that would have been...
she's in France, so...
Yeah, that would have been a Far Off Place. Magic spells, again, that's where I'm a bit like, what would have been the magic spell?
The poison.
Well, yeah. But it could be anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories on what it is.
It is entirely possible and likely that it's just made up. They're using cliches from fantasy.
No!
For the purpose of the song and the storytelling.
Here's where she meets Prince Charming. That's why lots of people think it's Cinderella.
Yeah.
But she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3. So I think probably Cinderella is the closest, but I just don't know about the sword fights. Who's he sword fighting?
Don't know. But I haven't read the original book, so...
But yeah, I think that Belle is a fascinating character. She doesn't fall for Gaston, even though he is a handsome man. She doesn't fall for that. She loves her father, even though he is eccentric.
He's a raving lunatic.
He is a raving loony, but we love him. And she loves him. She doesn't want a simple life. She wants adventure in the great wide somewhere. She wants it more than she can tell. And for once, it might be grand to have someone understand. I want so much more than they've got planned. But she wants something more than the life she has at that moment. But she just doesn't know how to achieve that because she feels stuck. And I think that's a really interesting character to have because I think lots of people go through that. And lots of people can relate to that feeling of thinking, I don't want to live in the same town I've grown up in. I want to have something more in my life. I want to do something bigger than just be here. Me saying that, who's lived in the same town her whole life.
She might feel differently if she actually contributed to society. She doesn't have a job.
That we know of.
Well, there's no evidence that she's got a job. She spends all her time reading in the library.
Well, to be fair, she's paying for the books, so...
She's not. She's borrowing them.
Yeah, but you still have to have a library card, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's actually a bookstore. It's not even a library.
Yeah, it's a bookstore.
And she's borrowing the books. And the guy's just like, yeah, fine. My
he
only
likes her.
customer in the entire town.
Yeah.
Yeah, just borrow them.
I think...
Full of holes, this.
Yeah. Maybe she just is a homemaker for her dad.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I think this only strengthens her desire because if she follows the path that she's currently on, all she's really going to be good for is
making babies.
Yeah.
And I think also her dad's an inventor, so he inherently wants to be adventurous and do things. So she's obviously inherited that side of it, just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of people have a real issue with the fact that she meets a man and gives up on all of that. And I'm like, but I don't think she does. She she wants adventure. She wants something different than her life. Living in a castle and having all the money in the world is very different to the life she was about to live.
Yeah.
She can go and visit the world with him. She can go and travel. She can go and do whatever she wants to do because nothing is stopping her now.
Taming a beast is an adventure in itself.
Yeah. And, you know, it doesn't say, and they got married and had 5,000 babies and she never left the castle ever again. You know, they could have gone and travelled the world together. He was clearly very rich. And, you know, he clearly liked the finer things in life. So I think that there's definitely, I don't think she just settled because she fell in love. Like, I think she fell in love, but it happened to be what she wanted. And I like that she, at first, is obviously horrified by the beast. But she's got balls of steel, that girl. And she's like, no, I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to just deal with it. And she's like in the dungeon. And I think she can sort of see there's another side to him. Like when she's walking behind him, when he's showing her to her room and she's got her head down, occasionally you see her look around and look up. And I think she can see that he's hunched. He's not upright and commanding and scary. He's hunched and he's half, I think she can see he's broken. And then when she goes in the room and she throws herself on the bed, classic princess. Love that. You're not a princess if you don't do that. That's why I do it every day. And then obviously this world unfolds around her of magical things, you know. A wardrobe starts talking to her, opens a drawer and mothballs fly out. Love that. But yeah, I love Belle. I think she is an interesting character. There's a lot of sides to her. She's feisty. She doesn't take crap from the beast. When he shouts at her, she's like, you know, you know, she's not scared. And especially when he saves her that first time from the wolves, and she can leave, but she sees he's hurt, and she has the compassion to go, no, do you know what? I'll take him back home and make sure he's okay before I leave.
Yeah, well, she sees he just saved me, so
Yeah.
there's obviously some human element to him that's worth my time.
Yeah, and when he starts yelling at her because she's trying to like fix his arm, and she is like gets right up in his face and snaps back, and I think that's the turning point, isn't it? Because he suddenly goes, oh, she's not scared of me, and he's so used to everybody being scared of him, and that's almost become his defense mechanism of like, right, I'm gonna hurt you and scare you before you hurt me. And she's suddenly like, well, if you weren't like this, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, I've just realised that Shrek is a little bit like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they must have taken inspiration.
Yeah. And I think that the beast obviously has a lot of self-esteem and issues from when he was human and selfish and unkind, and he probably wasn't loved as a child.
No, but I mean, he does seem to have been left in that palace on his own.
Yeah.
So
I do always think it's quite mean of the enchantress to be like, the spell can only be broken once you learn to love and somebody else loves you. I'm like, well, you can't guarantee someone's going to love you, even if he learns to love and has softened. Surely that's enough.
Yeah, no, you need to get somebody to love you in return. That's almost impossible difficulty.
And I think that's probably why he'd grown into despair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the dynamic of the beast because I love how he goes. You can really see his character development. And for such a, like, obviously, his face is a beast. He's not human. Yet he has so much emotion in his eyes and so much, you can really tell when he's in pain and when he's distressed and all of those things. It's just, it's so clever. And when I love the bit in Something There, again, best song. When he's feeding the birds and then she turns around and all of the birds are on him and he's like,
Yeah. So while we're on the subject of that song,
great outfits.
I don't remember the outfits.
Belle's red dress with her red, like, velvet cape that's lined with white fur. Yes, please.
Yeah, didn't they make an entire movie where they wear those outfits?
That's Belle's Enchanted Christmas.
Oh, of course.
I know, I love it. Again, that's because that's obviously a film that came straight out afterwards, straight to VHS. But it's set within sort of that song.
Weird. But it is that song where we see that Belle is starting to see the Beast differently.
And a bit alarming. You know.
She's falling for him.
She's falling for him because she's seen a different side of him and she's realised actually he's kind and he can be gentle and he's a bit rough around the edges. But actually, once you sort of dig a little bit deeper, you see that he's just maybe just a bit hurt. And I love that song. I love it. Love it.
So the Beast, do you know what his real name is?
Well, it's Prince Adam, but I don't think that's official.
Yeah, it's not said in the film.
No, they never say it in the film.
Do you know where the first time the name Prince Adam was attributed to him?
Yeah, I made it up.
Did you?
Yeah, it was me. All me.
Wow. That's really impressive.
I know.
That's like when you're at school and there's like a rumour and you're like, or when you would tell a joke at primary school, you'd be like, I made that joke up.
Yeah, that's my joke.
You did not make that joke up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nothing like that because, of course, you came up with Prince Adam.
Absolutely.
It just happens to be a coincidence that in the 90s there was a CD-ROM game called The D Show, which was like a trivia game show sort of thing. And that was the first place where the name Prince Adam was given to the Beast. And fans latched onto that and ran with it for like 35 years.
And now he is Prince Adam.
Now he is Prince Adam.
I don't think they could ever change it now. Like, that is ingrained. You ask any Disney fan and they'd be like, he's Prince Adam.
Prince Adam.
Yeah. And he's not really, but he is. Yeah, I love his development. I love this. There's so much symbolism, isn't there, in the whole film? You know, with the rose, and you see the rose motif throughout the whole thing, and you see so many different things. I love the magic mirror, and you know, it's. I just love it all. I love it. Love that he slashed the picture of him because he's so like. He clearly is so horrified at what he's become, and he can't look at a picture of himself. I love it.
I think the main message of Beauty and the Beast is a very plain and simple one, which kind of makes it more impactful.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes it really apt that Belle is big into books.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's such a simple concept, such a simple message that they can really put it forward in a way that is meaningful.
But it's also, I think it's all of the characters. You can't judge them on the first glance or the first understanding of them. They're all much more complex. And I think that's what's great about all of this film is they really step up the fact that their characters aren't 2D. Characters are 3D. They all have flaws. They all have different things. Belle has got a bit of a temper as well. You know, she could have just gone to dinner with the Beast in the first bit, but no.
Yeah, she was petulant.
And she was not doing what anybody told her to do. And, you know, so I think there is, you know, there's sides to all of the characters. There are some characters we haven't spoken about that are very pivotal to the story,
Yeah.
and that is Lumiere, Cogsworth, and Mrs. Potts. And what characters they are.
Oh, they're excellent.
They really run the show. And you know what I love is that when we first meet them, they're really, really terrified of the Beast and the Master, as they call him. And they're really like terrified because obviously where he's become more and more of a beast and got more and more angry, he shows them no warmth. But as he starts to defrost, or thaw, they start to warm to him, and you can see that they're probably the people that brought him up, and they're probably the ones that looked after him his whole life, and they do care for him, they do love him, and they start encouraging him to be more himself and bring out that softer side of him, and he's kinder to them as well, and I love that.
Yeah, I think on the surface we see all of these characters encouraging Beast to fall in love, and at first appearance it seems that they want him to turn back into a human.
Well, I think
But-
at first it feels selfish. I think at first they're thinking, we need to break the spell, I want to be human. But actually, in the end, I think they realise that actually they want to help him.
So I never got the vibe that it was selfish.
Did you not? I definitely do at
No.
the beginning.
Oh, okay. I always saw it as they want him to be human.
No, they want to be human.
Okay. But yeah, that when I came away from it and thought about it more, I was like, oh, hold on. It's their interests.
Yeah. But then I think it shifts when they see him soften and they think, oh, actually, I think they also realise some of it's their own responsibility for bringing him up as selfish.
But then I don't think it's fair to say it's their fault, because his parents left him with the staff and they're nowhere to be seen. Did they ever go back and check on him? Like, these are things we don't know.
Maybe his parents are dead. Oh,
well,
it's a Disney film.
Yeah, there's got to be dead parents.
There's got to be dead parents.
Well, Belle doesn't have a mum.
Yeah, Belle's mum's dead.
Yeah. But yes, back on track. Lumiere is voiced by Jeremy Orbach, who was the dad in Dirty Dancing, and that just blows my mind. But if you look at Lumiere's face, they've modelled it on him.
Yeah. I love Lumiere. He's such a fun character.
He's randy.
He is randy, but you can almost, even when he's a candlestick, you know exactly what human he was. You know what type of human he was. He is the typical French suave. He is Fred Syriax. Fred Syriax is Lumiere.
Cheeky chappy.
Yeah, but he is, isn't he? He's suave, he's sophisticated, but he's a bit cheeky, he's a bit flirty. He is Fred Syriax.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Fred is Lumiere. And Cogsworth is that stuffy English guy that's like, no, we have to do it quickly. And I love that they're contrasting with each other in that typical French is more carefree and English is more uptight kind of way. And I love then Mrs. Potts comes in, who, she is just that motherly, like, come on, boys, let's be good. And, she's got a child. Though I would always wonder if Chip's actually her child. Because when she turns into a human, she looks old. She looks old, not old, but like she's got grey hair and stuff. And I'm like, but she's got a 2-year-old or like a 3-year-old. Like, he's a toddler. He's not.
Yeah, but then maybe...
Because he's riding a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, he's small, isn't he?
Yeah. So I'm like, is that maybe the grandmother? Or, I don't know.
You don't know.
But...
Angela Lansbury.
Oh, what a woman.
Oh.
What a voice. And what a song.
To think she didn't feel that she was the best person to sing that. And apparently, what you hear in the film was the first take.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you listen to it and it makes you feel you get swept up in it, don't you? As soon as you hear that, and she just has this lullaby tone to it, but it's sweeping and it's grand, and oh, it gives you all the feels. And a beautiful moment in the film. Such spectacular, like we said earlier, spectacular animation. But I just love the fact that, she's singing about them falling in love, and it's a tale as old as time, and that's true as it can be, barely even friends,
Here we go
then
again.
somebody bends. and it is that, and I think it is the lyrics and the song are next level, and I'm pretty sure that one, did it win Oscar for best song?
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Oscar, no. It won... I don't know. Maybe it didn't. It won the film won a Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, and it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture.
Okay, maybe it didn't win an Oscar for the song, but it's phenomenal, that song. And I haven't spoken about Alan Menken yet, and I feel like this is the time. He has something magical. He has got the Disney magic within him when he writes that stuff, and it is literally every ounce of it is poured into this song, and you feel it and you feel it and you feel it. And I think that Tale as Old as Time, I think it's the best Disney song that there is, which I think is a really big statement to make, because there are so many I love. But in terms of that Disney magic within it and the lasting impact that song has, and the lyrics to it, lots of Disney films are about love in all different kinds of ways. And I just think that you look at a lot of the Disney films which are about princes and princesses, they are tale as old as time, Disney tells stories that are tale as old as time. I just think that it is just an icon of a song. And the fact that it's Angela Lansbury, that just even elevates it. And obviously Celine Dion did the cover for the credits.
Yeah, this was the first Disney film to have a pop version of the main song at the credits.
I do love the pop versions of the songs.
Yeah, some of them are really cheese.
But I do love them.
Yeah, I mean, this one was. But, I mean, we stuck around and listened to the whole thing. It was great.
Well, we stuck around because we wanted to see the dedication at the end of the film.
We did.
To Howard Ashman, who was the lyricist for Beauty and the Beast, for Little Mermaid, and for our next film, Aladdin, as well. He was Alan Menken's writing partner, and he died before this was released. He sadly died of AIDS, and it was a terrible loss to us all, because he had the magic of the words. You think of those songs in The Little Mermaid and in this, and the lyrics to them are just, they're phenomenal. You listen to it and you get so swept up and taken into the story with it. And I know it had a massive impact on Alan Menken. He spoke about it when I saw him in concert, and he still cries. Anytime he talks about Howard Ashman, he still gets upset and emotional about it, because they were best friends. They were,
they were best friends. They were partners.
Yeah.
The success that Alan Menken got
was because of this. Yeah.
Yeah, was because of his partnership.
And I think he definitely felt the loss. and he had to obviously then go on to write other Disney stuff with lots of other people, which he said was interesting at times, difficult. Some were really, successful, and some were really like great pieces of work. Others were more difficult. But I think if Howard Ashman hadn't died, I can only imagine what other phenomenal pieces we would have had from them as a duo. Who knows? But yeah, we have to appreciate what he gave us.
Yeah. I think the dedication to him at the end was beautifully worded as well. He gave a mermaid her voice. I can't remember.
And a beast his soul.
Yeah.
And that is true. You look at the way he sings the beast. He only has a few bits of song within it, but it gives him heart, and you feel it. And you've got to love him for that. But it is a masterpiece in a soundtrack. Just all of it. Do you love at the end of the film when the castle turns back into full colour?
Oh, yeah, because it's all like dilapidated, isn't it?
It's all dilapidated. There's gargoyles. It's all like grey and horrible. And then when he transforms, it all turns into like white, and the gargoyles turn into angels. And I love that bit. And it's like, the spell's lifted. I love it. I do have to have a discussion. I think you know what I need to talk about.
Okay. I know exactly what you need to talk about. So, I'm allocating you 1 entire minute to talk about the live action version.
Go.
And go.
It is the worst piece of cinema that has ever been created. What were they thinking? Belle's dress is an abomination to Disney as a whole. Why would you take such an iconic yellow masterpiece and turn it into a early 2000s prom dress for somebody who went to Target to pick it up? Awful. What did they do with half the characters? The design of Lumiere and Cogsworth, terrible. Awful. Ugh. Ugh. Did not like what's-her-face as Mrs. Potts. She just is not Angela Lansbury. Cast Angela Lansbury. She was still alive then. What were you doing? Why change the lyrics to the opening? Belle does not need to have the lyrics changed to it. Keep the lyrics as it were. It was sacrilege to Howard Ashman's memory. He would have been turning in his grave. The whole thing is the worst thing I've ever seen, and I'm disgusted by it.
And that was 1 minute of hate for the live action version of Beauty and the Beast. Well done.
There was so much more I could have said.
How do you feel?
Annoyed. Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
Do you have much more to say about the film?
I mean, I have so much more I could say, but I will.
For the purpose of your editing.
I think all I can say is I love it. It's a masterpiece to me. There is nothing in this film that I would change whatsoever, other than I would add back in Human Again.
Okay, I think we need to talk about Human Again.
I'll be human again. Na, 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 na. So if you don't know what song that is, that was a cut song that was fully animated for the film, but the runtime was too long, because it is quite a long film. And for kids, like Human Again, I think is another like 6-7 minute song. So putting that in, it does sort of like beef up the time. So they decided to cut it. But you can watch it. It's fully animated. You can watch it on YouTube. I think it's on Disney Plus as well as an extra. Brilliant song.
The quality of the entire sequence, like it was fully finished. It was ready to go in the film. And the quality is I'll make it one of the standout scenes in the film if they
yeah.
left it in.
Oh my God, we've not talked about Be Our Guest.
Oh
my
no!
gosh!
Okay.
This Human Again is sort of like the more waltzy version of Be Our Guest. It's all of the staff and everything. They are getting the ball ready for when the Beast and Belle have dinner and obviously dance in Beauty and the Beast. So it's like, it's quite satisfying because they're like cleaning everything. So it's got that like, that satisfying what lots of people like watching on YouTube now, where like, you know, when people are like restocking their fridge with like,
it's like ASMR.
Yeah, and it's always like that because they're like wiping in time with the songs, and like it is beautiful. And there is a hidden Mickey in it if you watch it, see if you can find it. And it gives Cogsworth a bit of song as well.
Yeah.
Poor Cogs. I love it, but I do understand why they had to cut it to it. If you look at the whole thing, if you'd cut Be Our Guest, or if you'd cut something else, it would have taken away from the film. Cutting that sequence didn't take away from the actual story or anything like that. It's just a shame because it was so beautiful. However, we have not spoken about Be Our Guest.
Somehow.
Which is like probably one of the most iconic songs in it. And what a sequence Be Our Guest is.
Oh, it's a spectacle.
It is spectacular.
It's all singing, all dancing.
And it's like you're at like a cabaret. Like, and like the whole design of it is so clever. And, you know, when the spoons are jumping into the whatever, it's like the soup or something. And it's just the animation of it, the way that they've animated it to fit with the music and to fit with all the little like, and all of that stuff is so clever. It's not just, right, we're going to sing a song and this is what's happening. It is choreographed like a show. It's a choreographed dance number like a Broadway show, and that's what makes it phenomenal. It's brilliant.
I like Lumiere's introduction. We proudly present
your dinner. Be our guest. And I love the bit where it goes, life is so unnerving, and Cogsworth standing there and suddenly the salt start pouring on like it's snowing, and he's like,
yeah, it's
when we did the
excellent.
stage version, I really wanted that to happen. We had someone as a giant salt shaker, but it would have been very difficult to like
elevate them, hoist them up. So as much as I love Be Our Guest, it has been absolutely ruined for me, and I can never ever hear it the same way. So if you don't know, I am a huge fan of The Simpsons seasons 1 through 10.
Yep.
And there is an episode where it's kind of like 101 Dalmatians. I don't say it's kind of like, it's exactly a rip-off of 101 Dalmatians. Mr. Burns kidnaps loads of puppies because he wants to make an outfit.
Right, okay.
And there's one bit where his plan is being revealed to Bart and Lisa as they're peering in the window. And he does a whole musical number.
Have I not seen this?
But it's Be Our Guest. It is a parody of Be Our Guest, but it's see my vest, see my vest, made of real gorilla chest.
I have seen that. I do know that. I had The Simpsons. I had 2 Simpsons CD-ROMs that had different songs on it, but all I ever liked to play was the one where they're at the brothel.
Oh, we put the spring in Springfield. Yeah.
Or Monorail.
That's my favourite.
Mono. Don't.
Watch Along Pod should do Simpsons next. Absolutely not.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, thanks Simpsons, because every time I hear Be Our Guest, I think Mr. Burns in his gorilla fest.
But you always know a song's good when it's been parodied.
Yep. If it's in The Simpsons, then you know it is culturally significant.
Yeah. I
Never
love
say
when
never.
I do like when she goes, "Oh, it's my first time in an enchanted castle," and Cogsworth's like, "Enchanted? I don't know." She's like, "I figured it out." Like, oh. What were you going to say?
Just a couple of bits of trivia to slip in before we get to the rankings.
Go on then.
So,
Fact fans, here we go.
fact fans, do you know who voices Beast in Chinese Mandarin?
Oh, no.
Jackie Chan. It's one of those facts where it's almost like, I can't believe that's real.
Yeah, I feel like I need to hear it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't understand a word he's saying.
No, but I just feel like I need to hear what voice he's using. Like, is he putting on a voice or is he using his own voice? Like,
yeah, no idea. Do you know, I don't think I've ever heard Jackie Chan speak in Chinese Mandarin. I've either seen him dubbed over or speaking it pidgin English.
Well, maybe that's some research you can do later.
Maybe. And what was the other one that I had? Okay. Cogsworth.
Yep.
In
Coggy
the
boy.
French version of Beauty and the Beast, he is named Big Ben.
Bless.
Yeah. And the Wilhelm scream. Do you know what the Wilhelm scream is?
No.
So the Wilhelm scream is a sound effect of someone whose name was Wilhelm screaming, and it is used in so many things.
Oh, okay.
And it's so recognizable that it's like a bit of a game spotting it in movies. And if you go online, there's like lists of everything that it's used in. Beauty and the Beast was the first use of the Wilhelm scream in an animation.
Oh.
It happens in the storm on the castle at the end.
Well, now we know.
Now you know. And
It did pretty well for Disney, didn't it, this film?
It did very well for Disney, yeah. This was the first Disney animation to gross $100 million in its initial run.
Do you like how I prompted his fact there?
I do like that.
Yeah, I think it still makes a lot of money for Disney.
Oh yeah, the revenue is ongoing. Merchandise is going to be the big one.
Yeah, I mean, let's look, you know, I've got my lounge flies. This is one of my favourites. It was an exclusive to Funko Europe. And oh, how beautiful is this? Just the embroidered rose, everything. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And you've even got like the beast holding the rose on the back. Beautiful. Now this is antique. This is from the early 90s when the film first came out. I was given this, and it is a collection, a card collection. I am missing a few, so if anybody wants to donate the ones that are missing, but it is the whole film. It's literally screenshots of every scene in the film.
If you put it into a flick book, do you think it would animate the entire movie?
I mean, somewhat, yes. Let's just talk about this scene. When the villagers break into the castle, there is so many funny moments of slapstick in that entire scene. There's so many things to look at. And you've got like the hat stand, the coat stand that's like boxing. And earlier he's been playing violins, because he's, I love him. And then you've got, the drawers all like hitting people with the drawers, and when they're trying to burn Lumiere, he's getting like the flame closer and Lumiere's melting, and he's like, oh! And
he gets rescued, doesn't he?
Yeah, by old Cogsworth, who comes sliding down the banister with a sword in his hand.
Yeah,
and
for all their differences.
Yeah, he loves him.
Yeah.
Love that scene.
Very good. I think that does lead to just a little bit of discussion. We know that characters like Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, Chip, they were humans who became enchanted and turned into inanimate objects.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a lot of inanimate objects that don't have faces, and when everyone turns human again, they're nowhere to be seen.
Those objects are still there.
So yeah, the enchantment went two ways. It turned inanimate objects into animate objects, but it brought them to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that's a little bit overlooked.
I think also it'd be a bit sad when you turn back into a human and you're like, I used to talk to Dave, the hat stand, and
Yeah.
you know, now he's just a hat stand.
He didn't talk back because he didn't have a mouth.
Yeah. He was quite funny. He was a good mime.
He was a good listener.
Yeah. Maybe those objects stay magical.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But
who knows?
they have to go back to doing the housework themselves, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right. It's time for the grand finale. No, that's Little Mermaid. That's in La Poisson. So it is time that we have to rank Beauty and the Beast. Dun dun dun. Have you got the cards there?
I have.
The card.
There they are. Ballroom scene.
Couldn't we just talk about the fact that one of the greatest films to be released? What year was it released?
1991.
Do you know what else was released? Me. Hey. Such good outfits. Just love the colour scheme and the details in the flooring of the ballroom. That it's not just one colour. It's got tiles. It's got everything.
They use a new animation technique in this to put the 2D animation cells on top of the 3D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was new CG software that they were using.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. It
does look a little bit dated now. It was 1991. I'm not going to judge it on that. And I think seeing it on the big screen made it a little bit more obvious. But
yeah, you can tell there are some things that nowadays would probably have higher definition, but that's just because things have developed. You can't deny that it was...
You can't hold a 1991 movie by 2025 standards.
But I feel like it still holds up against those movies in its own right.
Yes, it does, yeah.
So, I know where I want this to go.
Is it on this board somewhere?
It is on this board.
Well, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Shall we say it at the same time?
Let's say it at the same time.
Okay, on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, number 1.
Number 1!
I can't believe it.
Is everybody ready?